welcome to UnEdited, brought to you here by RCO Network. Good people, better business, discovering the best of us.
Every Thursday, we get personal talk to innovators and explore what it is to be an entrepreneur. We will be taking questions live. Type in the questions and comments during the broadcast, and be sure to hit the heart emoji because we love the loves.
Go ahead and click that like button here on Facebook and follow us at RCO Network, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, head over to rconetwork.com for more information about marketing your business and sponsorships during these broadcasts. Hello, Miss Rogness.
Hello.
Oh boy, it seems like every week we have something rocky come up and gets all functified.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I feel like that's why we do this, right?
Well, that's why we brought today's show.
It is. It kind of goes along with it, to be honest.
You know, in business, I think we all come across, just odd moments and odd things in our life. And it kind of, manifests out into everything we do, not only our personal lives, but, our business too. And that's what we're here to talk about, what we're here to do. We're here to address the things that people are afraid to talk about. Right?
Exactly.
But also to talk about things that help us get through those moments.
Right.
Like not having sound on. I keep telling myself to hit that stupid button all the time, but whatevs. So, Ms. Rogness, hi.
Hello.
So, what kind of issues have you had this week that you're in a funk with that you're able and willing to share?
So I mean, I've just even this year, even the end of last year, I feel like I don't know. It's just been a little funky. But it just seems like, the motivation is like, okay, there was COVID and then there's the holidays and then New Year's. And I feel like a lot of times you have big goals and plans and things to do. And just sometimes you can't get the wheels going.
Yeah. I mean, like just before we got on right now, I was, just mentioning to you how we had all these plans, for the new office and things for the new year, and just things didn't work out the way they were supposed to. And it sucks, I think, as a small business, because I think November we had all these plans and we're just going, not only with the show, but, with in-person networking again, because that's, who we are. We're an in-person networking group. And just things kind of fell apart. My dad had passed away just right after Christmas. And then the COVID thing has been up like crazy. I think there was another 5,000 cases today. And so all these plans that I had, and even us too, because we do, I do real estate, you do home loans. The plans we even had for us got all kind of contorted, with clients and stuff too. I mean, it's just one thing after another, put you in this weird spot. So I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're here for people, and we can be a source, a venting source, if not a resource for them to come and vent to us when they have issues, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that talking about, why we're in a funk or how to get out of the funk is definitely just, I think, helpful, even if, somebody's like, okay, I'm good now, but I guess hearing from other people who are in a funk and able to, I guess, share how they get out of it, I think is a good idea.
So I know. So today we talked about having 5 different things each of how to get out of our funk, not only our personal funk, but our business funk too.
Right.
Did you come up with 5?
Did I come up with 5?
Oh shit. I thought that was the agreement. We're supposed to come up with 5 each.
I think it was 5 total.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I came up with 5.
Perfect.
Do you want to? Should I go first, or you go first?
I think you should go first since you have 5.
Oh, how many do you have?
Well, they're all in my head.
Oh shit.
I didn't count them yet.
You can do your homework. That's fine. So I came up with the first one. It mutually hits us both, right? Music.
That's true.
So music for me really isn't about just listening. It's about absorbing myself and kind of putting myself there, which, plays into, the guitar and the piano and even the singing, even though my singing voice is probably not as good as yours. That's why you sing.
I wouldn't say that.
You haven't heard me in a while, so don't.
Okay. I mean, there's karaoke still now.
Oh, that's true. You're still doing karaoke?
I'm going to be hosting on the 20th.
And where is that at, Miss Rognes? So,
Oh, so I'm covering for somebody, so it's not my show, but there's a new TC's that's opening on the 13th. They're going to have their first karaoke show, and then I'm hosting the next one.
for all you karaoke nuts out there, like Kelsey and I, um, she'll be hosting. What day again? What day? What time?
20th of February.
That's like forever from now.
Yeah, it's like 3 shows. The bar doesn't even open until the 13th of February.
Oh, we're still doing that? There's still closures too?
No, they're a new place.
Oh.
So TC's it's like Queen Creek, Gilbert, whatever you want to consider it. And they're opening a new bar. And so it's a new show for the company that I work for.
Oh, that's really cool. So for people out there, it's really exhilarating to kind of put yourself like out there. And I would say that, 90% of the people out there sing in their car. Is that an accurate?
Fair. Car, shower. I mean, you hear something and you're like,
but there's something exhilarating about doing it in front of other people.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
I guess. Yes. Because you have validation from other people.
Well, what if you suck?
Then you have validation from other people because they should clap anyway because you got up in time.
It is a very supportive group of people out there, those karaoke folks. Whether or not you're good or bad, they will still love you regardless.
Sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, unless you're, drunk and falling over and annoying, I'm sure that it's fine.
That's me all the time, though.
Oh, all the time?
Most of the time. So anyway, so music is a good one. So I think, if you're in a funk, sometimes that exhilarating, that sense of fear being put in front of somebody kind of gets you out of your zone. And then also that sense of accomplishment, especially if you haven't done it before, is to really put yourself out there and feel a little bit different. The first time I went singing to karaoke was in Tucson at a restaurant. Oh my God, I can't remember. Old Chicago. They had a karaoke night on Thursdays. I was working at the Albertsons in the parking lot there on Glen and Campbell, and nervous as hell, and just went out there. I don't know how good or bad it was, but it's kind of nice when people cheer on. It's like it puts you in a different spot, and again, it gives you that sense of accomplishment. So, number one is music. Look at that.
Okay, mine's going to be a little more structured than that. I like organizing, which sounds crazy. But if I feel like I'm in a funk and I feel like things are falling apart and kind of not like where I need them to be, if I organize it could be work, it could be home, whatever. But if I put things like emails, I sort my emails, I keep all my emails, and like sorting documents that I have for files that I need to save or files I'm working on, or if I've closed them out, they go in a special folder. And then also writing on the whiteboard that's at the office. I have like 3 of them, but I only use 2. But just like writing down what I'm accomplishing or what I have accomplished or what I want to accomplish makes me kind of feel motivated because then I'm putting it in perspective almost.
Yeah, I think when you actually put it on a whiteboard and you actually kind of write things down, that whole checklist of like checking stuff off is like so satisfying, even if it's just a little check or scribble. You look at, I have one of those. I have all these little things that get in my mind, and as I go through the day, I just scratch them off, and it's so satisfying when you're like,
right. No, I like to, if I know I have certain things, in the day to finish, then I'll make a list and then it rolls over to the next day. I used to do that when I processed loans and just kind of kept going. Like it kept me on track and it kept me motivated and like, okay, in front of me, I have this much stuff to do.
That's awesome. So hang on to that. What the next one I have is very close to that. And because we're at our first commercial break. Look at that. How time just flies with the Rognes. That's Kelsey Rognes here from Suburban Mortgage, and Robert Morales here from RCO Network. we're going to go to the first commercial break. So hang in there. We'll come right back as soon as I figure out which one we're doing first. And I turn on the sound.
As an entrepreneur, I am using my resources that I have available to me through my corporation. But I'm doing that so that I can establish my own personal goals and help other people accomplish theirs. I really believe in unity and that we really are all one. And I think it's important for all of us to bridge that gap. Unless you get out of your comfort zone, if you don't experience those outside resources, you never really get to grow and know that we are all really just one. Great American Title is the only company that actually has a community outreach program. Because I am such a proponent of community nonprofit organizations, that's what pushed me off the fence and made me choose this company. I always incorporated networking into my scope of business so that I could meet other like-minded professionals that I could do business with. My name is Maria Brandenburg, and this is our CEO Network. Robert, you can do this!
Thank you, Miss Maria Brandenburg from Great American Title, servicing all your title escrow needs. Kelsey.
Keep the comments coming and keep giving us the love with heart emojis, smileys, whatever you're feeling. Send us an emoji in the comments.
Send us like a little angry emoji. I don't really even get those.
We want an angry emoji?
I know, it's just fun to get. It's different.
I could get angry emojis.
Oh. You give
Those
me
are the
emoji
easiest ones to get.
Oh, I know your style, miss. So we're back here talking about the things that kind of get us out of our funk. I know as business owners, Kelsey and I, she does home loans and I do real estate. We do, we're only human, you know, there's so much that you can portray online and so many things that you can do to kind of hide and mask what that is. But you know, what I love about this show and what I love about, Kelsey is that I'm able to share these things. We're able to kind of be open and honest about these things. And then obviously get feedback from you guys on how we're doing and in whatever capacity, you know, so it's kind of nice to have that place, that forum. But as Kelsey was talking in the last segment, she talked about writing stuff down, being organized. And I take a different spin on writing stuff down. And do you know how?
No.
Maybe you asked. Oh, well, let me share it with you. So I have a blog. It's really a personal blog. It's not really something I publish or really kind of emphasize or even market. You know, it is truly for me and something that I like to explore. And I'll share that real quick while we're here. So this is actually my blog post I created like years ago. It's called Thoughts by Robert, and it's really a place for me to kind of express myself. And the way I like to express myself is in words. And so I'll write these things. I'll commonly pick a picture on the internet, and then something about that picture will kind of catch my attention, and then obviously I'll write about it. And so I like to expose myself, which means emotionally kind of share a bunch of shit about myself. And, people have their different interpretations of what that is. So it's just a blog I like to have. And it really truly is for me. It's not for anybody else. And I do get people that read it, people that comment on it. And I like to touch people when they do connect with it. So thoughts by robert.wordpress.com is something I created a while ago. And I think I have like maybe 50 poems and stuff on here, but that's one way I kind of get through the funk of things a little bit. It's just getting it out of here and then putting it on paper.
So that's kind of along the same lines of my next one.
Yes.
I guess getting out of your own head, no matter how you express that, I guess, no matter what that is to you. It could be karaoke, could be softball. Those are some of my things that I do. But I I always stay pretty busy. And sometimes it doesn't help. But I think that when you're in a funk, you can't always get out of the funk until that time frame has passed. So, doing things you like during that time frame, trying to get your mind like back to being focused and like, okay, great, like this was fun. Let's get back on to what we're, what's going to be either profitable or beneficial or whatever it is, because I feel like once you're like, okay, cool, at least for me, I've done like, oh my gosh, I did this fun thing, great. I
Yeah.
feel so relaxed and so good and like happy right now. Let me just work on the things I need to get done, because I feel like that's part of self motivation is you need to get things done, and you get to a point where you enjoy doing those things in a way, like it's satisfying more than anything, maybe not enjoyable, but I guess that personally would also be one of mine.
Yeah, getting out there and doing stuff. And I think there's a combination of like getting out of your mind and then get your body moving. I think sometimes, why people get depressed and kind of in that groove is because they kind of just sit there and just let it just get sunk in there. And unless you're moving and if you continue to remain stagnant, you're just going to kind of stay there. And that's not necessarily where you want to be, because you want to be around things. And my next one is people. All right.
Right.
And it's not just friends, because there's some friends that, well, I guess, they're not, I guess they're good to drink with, but they're not really good to kind of talk about these problems. Like I talk to Kelsey all the time about, real estate and then my problems, because I think, she can resonate, but she doesn't necessarily, one, absorb it into her own realm, but also two, she kicks me in the ass and says, hey, keep moving forward. We got to get to the next thing, because she's just so positive all the time. you know,
Sometimes.
she, sometimes. But the thing is, we keep each other going. So like even today, I was like, hey, let's just do this. Let's push, and you came up with the idea of coming up with the show. So, we tend to push each other, and even doing the show right now, I'm starting to feel better than I was about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
think,
I think it's a weird time, so I don't think that the scenario right now is the typical funk that people are going to be in, but you
yeah,
kind of get out of it the same way. It's just kind of a bigger worldwide funk. Um, everything's very closed in, I feel like right now, and it's almost like the claustrophobic feeling without actually being physically in a small space, like you can't do all the things that you wanted to do or that you could do a year ago. um
yeah,
Everything's different. You have to go out and cover your face no matter where you're going. There's different things, and it's just kind of like feeling that pressure and the like stress of the situation almost.
yeah,
um that's not really like a way to get out of it, but I guess I feel like there's a funk right now with everybody, so it's not a common funk that, oh, okay, cool, I feel better, I went and did my 5 favorite things and I wrote down all my notes and I organized everything. You may not even be in the mood to do the organization part of it if you're in a funk, and you have to do those stepping stones of what you can get out of a funk with in order to get to that last step, whatever it is.
yeah. And the thing I appreciate about being here at Work Cutie is that it's just a bunch of small businesses and entrepreneurs that are here. And it's kind of cool, like when somebody wins a contract, or somebody over here just, they were talking about GME stocks and how he
Mm,
wasn't able to trade because he made a bunch of money yesterday on, like, just it's kind of cool to be around that, because it just kind of resonates. Like when I sit here sometimes and I see all these people, like, not literally yelling and screaming, but they'll cheer because, again, they got a contract or something, unrelated to what I'm doing. It's like, oh shit, I gotta pull myself out of my ass. I gotta get a win on my thing, on my
right.
notch. So
I guess the other thing, which you already kind of touched on, but we didn't really say, for me would be having accountability with somebody. So whether that's you or, my dad or anybody in my life, friends who push me, it having, and I mean, people, you said people, but even more so than that, like-minded people who are going to keep you accountable for what you said you were going to do. Like, hey, cool, when's the video coming out? Or like, oh yeah, you guys come on Thursdays, even that can kind of be, I guess it's kind of the same thing as what you said, but more in depth.
How many leads did you call today?
How many leads did I call today?
Oh, I'm keeping you accountable. Never mind.
Not right now.
I had like 6 people I needed to call back today, and I failed. I completely failed because again, I was just, I just wasn't feeling it today. I was doing research and stuff for the show today, and then for next week and stuff. I just kind of let the day lapse, which happens because we're human.
Well,
but,
yeah, I mean, I think that especially wintertime, days are a little shorter. The sun goes down. You're, leaving work when the sun is like starting to go down and just feels really short and it's cold and you want to wrap up in a blanket, especially when it was rainy.
I know I wanted to stay in my PJs.
I was like, man, I am cold. I don't want to get out of bed. Even staying motivated to go to the gym, which I pay for, I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it either this week, but as we kind of wrap up the last segment of the show, I'm going to be playing one more segment break, and we'll come back and finish up the last couple things I have on my list of things to get out of your funk. So I'm going to go ahead and share our last video. So hang in there. We'll be back talking about our funkadelic ways.
We are a community.
We are a community.
We are a community.
A community of entrepreneurs and owners.
A community of entrepreneurs and owners.
A community of entrepreneurs and owners.
We face many challenges.
But we lead with our hearts.
And we push forward.
Push forward.
We push forward.
To overcome any obstacle.
And we have found a place
that we can share ideas to support one another.
And help each other.
When it matters most.
Come join us.
Join us.
Come join us because
this is our.
This is our CEO network.
I can't do it. I can't smile at the end.
And that was the cast and crew of our CEO network here. We are an organization of a bunch of small businesses and entrepreneurs looking to help each other expand and grow. That was one of our marketing videos. So if you're ever interested in marketing your business and getting some video and social media support, we are here for you. But Kelsey, I'll let you take on the next line.
Well, I mean, it's the same line. Keep the comments and emojis, the likes coming. I tried to share this on my personal page, so hopefully some people are on there, commenting maybe. I don't know that we necessarily have an open forum today on this one, but it's good to see comments and what other people think too, or how other people get out of their funk.
Yeah, it would be really good to kind of have a moment, not just between you and I, but other people out there that they resonate, and when they have these moments that they can even reach out to us and call us and talk to us. I'm always willing to listen and drink a beer. I mean, I always need an excuse to have a beer.
Yeah.
Or sangria for some of us.
I don't have a sangria today.
Tisk tisk, Miss Rogness. So we're down to the last 2, right? Or 1.
I mean,
1, 2.
We're kind of off the cuff on all of it anyway. So.
Well, I'll stick to my last one. And then, unless you want to do one last one, then I do one last one.
Sure, you go first, though.
Are you still thinking about yours?
Of course.
Oh my God, I know Rogness better than she does. So my last one, to really get out of your funk, I think, is to learn something completely new or something different. Maybe even turning your hobby into something that you really do. So an example I gave is I took a video work, I want to say about 4 years ago, out of frustration because I needed, I was working with a gentleman out of Tucson, and I wanted to control the narrative. I wanted to control the video, And I'm like, you know what, shit, I'm just going to pick up a camera and learn it. And little did I know it's a hell of a lot more work than, than you wanted to. But I'm so neurotic about these things that it turned into a hobby, which turned into to a business. And the one thing I love doing is capturing, people's emotions, people's feelings about who they are, about their business, everything that goes on with them. I love creating a story in a matter of just like, 1 to 2 minutes. And sometimes it'll take me like 15 to 20 hours to put together between filming and editing, that when it comes all together, that's so satisfying. But in essence, learning something new, something that I never learned before, and then actually turning it into a hobby, turning it into a business. That's one way to get it out of your funk. Just do something completely different. I mean, doing video is completely different than selling houses for me.
Right. I mean, I think that something we kind of forget is maybe opposite, but also similar of what I said earlier, but like take a breath, like take a break, take a minute. If you're sitting in front of your computer and you're starting to feel unmotivated, take a second and stand up, or like walk around, take a lunch break out of the office, something that's away from work, so you can come back to it and, find a good stopping point. So it's not overwhelming, but I think that it's good to remind yourself that you need to stop and take a moment and take stuff in, and you don't necessarily have to do anything with it. You could stand up, stretch, do a yoga pose. I don't know.
It's kind of hard to do yoga poses in here.
In your office, yes.
No.
Yes, I have pretty open area.
You got yoga room. I have negative yoga room.
Maybe. But yeah, just like stop. Take a minute to yourself. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but just a breather. And I feel like sometimes during the day, it's like you get so busy and so worked into all your stuff that you have to do, and it's like, oh, wait, it's quiet for a second.
So as we wrap up today, I always come back to thanking you, because you've always been that sounding board, that person to listen to. And I think you and I make ourselves available to people as they have issues, and not only in business, but their personal life too. And I know there's been plenty of times you've come to me and I've come to you. And so I think if you work off this list and you create a circle of friends that are supportive and that are positive, it'll get you out of that funk more than anything else.
Right. I mean, I think that everything doesn't fit into a box. Some people are going to work better with different suggestions than ours. So, creating I wanted to do kind of off the cuff on this, because if you sit there and I feel like you write a list of like, okay, what can you do to get out of a funk? And you think generally speaking, but what do I know I need to do to get out of the funk? What do I enjoy that puts me out of that realm that I'm in, So like organizing, that sounds stupid, right? Like not everyone likes to organize and sort their emails and use a whiteboard. But I think that for me that works. And I know that I can be motivated if I do those things.
Yeah. And I will testify, just cleaning up my desk, going through, like I actually did it last night. I went through my desk and cleaned up some old files, and I found some old leads I didn't call back, which sucked. And then other stuff, other things that just I hadn't gotten to. Like I finally paid my car insurance today. I was literally going to be out of my policy in like 4 days, but because I cleaned up my desk at home 2 days ago, I actually I actually paid it. But yes, you know how important it is to stay organized.
Yes, I think that and this sounds even crazier probably, so feel free to scrutinize me for my weird organization things, but I like to be able to see and like feel like the documents or the the information that I want to save. I don't really like everything electronic. I'm such a weirdo. I have a binder from 2005 to 2020, and I'm gonna have to start 2021 of all my bills, mortgage statements, everything I've ever gotten, invoices,
Yeah.
all my papers, and they're huge. I mean, the old ones aren't as large because I didn't save the stuff as well, but it's almost like a satisfying feeling because I feel like I've accomplished something, and it's so pointless because I probably don't need any of that stuff, and I do want to scan it in one day, but the fact that I have it all in one place and I'm not like, oh man, I misplaced this. Who did I have for insurance in 2010 or whatever? You know, you never know. I've had, the IRS said, oh, you missed a W-2, and it would have been nice to have the binders and be like, oh, well, I did miss a W-2, or, whatever it is.
Well, I'm not a binder nerd, but I'm a loose leaf paper nerd. So I write like eons of sheets of paper because I hate everything electronic too. I'm just I'm a different kind of nerd.
Electronic, the problem is I don't find that it's not a tangible thing. So you forget about it, or you put it in there and it's in the cloud, or your pictures are gone, or whatever, and maybe it's an old school way of thinking, but I also just think that it's so important to like have that reality, I guess, almost.
Yeah, I think so. You're probably just a kinetic learner.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hands-on. Very hands-on. So I want to thank you for attending today's show. We're at the half-hour mark. We decided to cut these shows into about a 30 to 40-minute segment because of your requests and your demands as an audience, because we love you and we don't want to bore
Did
you.
we actually have those requests and demands, or did we just decide
Hey.
We're like, that's a long time. But no,
yeah.
I mean, we're trying to find ways to improve the show and how things go.
And definitely bring you value and have a resource and a platform for you to go along this journey with us in whatever capacity that is. So with that, I'm going to make one read before we head out. And then Kelsey can give her final comments. So if you want to market your business here with RCO Network, we create your marketing videos, offer you social media management support, and highlight you at events such as today's call. Instant messages here on Facebook at RCO Network for details about becoming a sponsor and those marketing opportunities. So Ms. Rogness, you get the last word of the day. I might say something too, but who knows? We're unedited and off the cuff.
I mean, I just hope everyone has a great day and stays motivated, gets motivated, finds their dream home, all the things.
Yeah, if you need help, advice, a shoulder to cry on. I know Kelsey's got a very nice shoulder. Mine's a little rugged lately. No?
It's rugged?
I don't know. I was trying to find something adjective. Whatever we want to describe my shoulder, but it is available for tears and beers, whichever you want, we can do. So I want to thank you, Ms. Rogness, for coming to today's show. We'll be back next week, next Thursday. Another announcement on Wednesday, we're having our headshot events here at our Workuity. So if you want details about getting a brand new headshot for your business card, we're going to be doing that here on Wednesday at 4:00. So if you want information, just go ahead and DM us on the DM button. And we'll definitely see you next week. Thank you, Ms. Rogness.
Thank you. Yeah.